My name is Brandon DeWitt. I'm the founder of Charging Nights. I ride an electric unicycle, so that's the thing that I'm sitting on right now. Goes about 60 miles an hour, has about 80 miles of range, and has built-in air shock suspension as well.
I'm Jaden. This is my EUC I have here, as well as my one wheel.
My name is Michael Sullivan. I'm the former president of the Charging Nights, and I ride electric unicycle.
My name is Andrew Venefro, and I ride a one wheel.
Hi, I'm Jordan. This is my e-skate. I've had this for a couple years now, and I love riding it.
Hi, my name is Sergio, and I drive a 72-volt go-kart. It could go 45 miles an hour if I really wanted to push it, but typically I stay between 30 and 35.
I've been riding now for a year and a half, I want to say, and then before that I was on a one wheel, and on that I was riding for about 2 years, I'd say.
I've been riding for, I would say, 5 years now. I started on a e-skate, and I just saw someone ride a one wheel once, and I was like, oh, that's cool, what is that? And I looked it up and I was like, oh. I think it all started back in like 2016 with the old hoverboards. I thought that was just so cool. And then I grew out of that very quickly. And then it was the e-skate.
So I started off with a normal longboard. Actually, when I was a kid, I rode normal skateboards. I was never good at tricks or anything, but I really just enjoyed the aspect of cruising around and just kind of feeling the wind and riding around.
I first got into it last year, and that's when I picked up this. I got tired of driving. It was expensive for gas, and parking was horrible. It took forever, so it was way faster, and at the time it seemed like a pretty cheap option.
My girlfriend bought me my first electric skateboard when I moved to New York, and it kind of like opened my eyes to just like how fun it is to have something to just like propel me forwards, not have to use my own energy, and like I can actually ride up hills and stuff. And eventually it progressed. I met some people with one wheels. They were telling me all about how you can go ride them on trails and how portable it is around the city. And so I got one of those, and I mean, I love it.
My favorite place to ride is here on campus. When I link up with the group rides and the Charging Nights, it's some of the best times ever when everyone's just out riding. You feel the wind on your face, you're laughing with everyone, you're making jokes. It's always fun seeing everyone look at us when we pull up to a place to eat and everyone's just like confused on what's going on.
I love riding here on campus. It's kind of, especially on the roads, it has a nice chill speed limit that I can ride at. Not too much traffic, the roads are really smooth. Weather's usually always really nice, and I get a lot of fun reactions out of people, so I like riding here a lot.
I love riding on the trails on campus. It's super, super fun.
On that, I go to get a few looks. People are like, oh, how do you balance? How do you do that? But most people, I mean, they don't really question it. But this, I definitely get a lot of strange looks and a lot of people questioning how on earth I ride it. How fast does it go? How far does it go? Those are usually the questions I get.
It's mostly positive. Mostly people, I mean, people will like break their necks looking at me all the time whenever I ride past.
But you also have some people that they've never seen it before, and I don't know what goes on, but they just sometimes don't know how to react. So some people will just kind of stare at me. They don't stare at the thing I'm riding, they just stare at me, and they just don't say anything. They don't wave, they don't do anything. They just kind of have a blank stare, and it can be uncomfortable.
There's one cop here on campus who has pulled me over like twice now, who doesn't like when I ride on the road. But besides the few Debbie Downers, I mean, everyone thinks it's the coolest thing ever. People walk up to me all the time and ask me about it. I'm always happy to talk about it.
So basically, it just has a battery controller and then a motor. You've got the frame here. When it's on, there's a gyroscopic computer in there, and you put your foot on the foot pad in the front here, and you basically just kick it up. It self-balances, and you steer just by leaning your weight around. I prefer this one nowadays. When I first started riding it, it was definitely intimidating. It takes a long time to learn. It looks kind of scary. Like even these, like it's still similar principle where it's a self-balancing vehicle, but it looks smaller, it looks more harmless, whereas this, it looks scary, but once you learn it, it's actually not that bad.
I've never driven a motorcycle, so for me it was about the balance. When you're on four wheels, typically you tend to be a little bit more confident with either getting yourself out of a bad situation or just overall enjoyment, because you can go wherever you please. I now have 3 of them. They're all built differently just because I wanted to have variation between the 3 of them. So one of them, specifically this one, I'll use to cruise around. I have another one that I'll use for off-roading. And then I have a third one that one currently is in the shop and it's getting upgraded. And hopefully will be seeing 70 miles an hour, but it's only on paper at the moment.
I use it mostly for transportation. However, it's very fun. And I haven't had a car for the longest time, so racked up a lot of miles on this thing, and it's been great.
I like it because it has a lot better range, it has a lot more power. I can go faster, go further. I can do off-road trails. I can go on the road. I can do whatever I want with this.
I could go 100 miles if I really wanted to in terms of distance, but it would not be at all something that I would do just because I don't know where I could park it and still come back to it and it'd be there.
The main thing that's really fun with this is just kind of riding with the club, getting to meet some friends and just hang out with them. Every week we do our group rides here on campus. We normally stop at McDonald's or somewhere nearby for some food. It's just fun to see reactions and introduce the sport to more people.
When I go through grocery stores, I go to coffee shops, or I'm out in public, a lot of people will come up to me and the first thing they ask me is, how fast does it go? And when I tell them 60 miles an hour, they are like, oh my God, like, are you crazy? And it's like, well, maybe, but I also try to make sure that I pad up and I ride safely. And I usually rarely go that fast. I usually kind of stay within the 40 mile per hour range.
Last year, I also ride e-skate, and I had a pretty nasty accident last year where I crashed into somebody who was on an e-bike, and I split my hand open and had to go to ER to get my bone put back in, so that was not fun.
The story where I fell going really fast, however, that's not a fun story. I was going 33 on the one wheel, and the one wheel GT tops out at around 20 miles an hour. And I completely just fell. And like, that's what ended me up in the ER, and I had to get stitches in my head and my hands, and yeah.
A couple years ago, I was on a ride with the club, and I was riding around. I was kind of at the back of the group, so everyone was kind of in front of me, and it was dark out. This was before I had some headlights on here, which I have now. So I did ultimately hit a pothole, and I did go flying off. I broke my fibula, my tibula, and my talus bone. I dislocated my ankle, and the ligament in the top of my foot was also sliced through.
When I first moved here, I noticed that a lot of people weren't wearing helmets, weren't wearing like proper kind of safety gear, and I wanted to change that. And slowly but surely over time, I noticed that you can see in the first photo of our first group ride, I was like one of the only people wearing helmets. And if you look at one of our most recent rides, pretty much 90% of the riders are now wearing helmets, which was something that I really was striving for when I first founded it.
I think I joined it as soon as like a week after it started or so. It became an official club, so I guess that would have been coming up on 4 years now, I think, or 3 years. Yeah.
There's not a lot of people that have electric personal vehicles, so it's one of those, like, when you find a group of people, typically you'll ride with them just so you could enjoy your time with other people driving along. So it definitely brings a lot more people in closer together, and it builds like a close-knit group. In case anything goes wrong, you usually call one of us up and we'll know how to handle the situation.